Hello everyone, welcome back to Oklahoma Railfan. I'm your host Blake, and in today's video we are railfanning at BNSF Cherokee Yard on a very cold Saturday morning. So it's Saturday, December 13th, 2025, and we see the BNSF Enid to Tulsa mixed freight train switching through the yard. This train was about 15 cars too long to fit down the receiving track it was going into, so they had to break the train and take it down another track. Now today's train is led by a BNSF-9 that wears Heritage 2 paint scheme, and the number is 4542. We get to listen to 4542 honk its Nathan K3 train horn as it rolls through the crossing here at BNSF Cherokee Yard. Now real quick, make sure you stay tuned because this train is nowhere comparable to the awesome trains we'll see later in the video. After that train heads out of the way, we get to head over to BNSF's locomotive shops at Cherokee Yard. The train we see here is a Heritage 1 SD40-2, number 1982. Now BNSF Heritage 1 SD40-2s are pretty hard to find considering that there are way less than there were 10 years ago. The other cool find is a CSX C44ACe, I think is what it is. I don't really know, I'm not a CSX person. That wears CSX's YN3 paint scheme. Can someone also please tell me what the DP with the weird lines on the front of a CSX locomotive stands for? I don't really know what that is, and I can't find anything online. So if you could tell me, I would greatly appreciate that. After taking this picture, the CSX locomotive trailing second in a power move decided to start rolling to the departure track, so we got to catch this locomotive moving. So after our cool little power move, you can't have a normal day rail fanning when you drive down the road to instantly get stopped by a train, and then your camera cuts out as the train is coming. You panic, and then the train stops. Nothing can be normal, I guess. You know, if you're watching Oklahoma Railfan, you cannot watch a video without getting some sort of rare train, and today's rare train is a Heritage 2-9 leading, with a BNSF Warbonnet trailing second, and a Kansas City Southern SD70ACe trailing third. You're not going to get a train this cool unless you're watching Oklahoma Railfan. And then it happened. A very sad, terrible moment when the BNSF transfer train gets blocked by this train. You know, if you're watching Oklahoma Railfan, you have to get some sort of fail and some sort of good catch, and I guess both of them happened at the same time. Just a real quick heads up before I play the next two clips. There was a train blocking our shot here, so I got jump scared by two different power moves, one with a Kansas City Southern leader and one with just a BNSF Gevo. So there'll be no commentary here, just the unexpected train surprises. On the way back home to end a good day of rail fanning, we get stopped in downtown Tulsa by the BNSF transfer train, and we get to keep watching trains today. Since this train interrupted me earlier, I didn't get time to tell y'all that we are now on the South Kansas-Oklahoma line tracks. The SKOL is a Class 3 short line that runs from Wichita, Kansas to Cherryville, Kansas, one branch line north and one branch line east to Pittsburgh, Kansas, and then has the southbound line to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and that's where we are, catching the BNSF transfer train dropping off some cars for the SKOL. We finish off today getting a lined up shot with the BNSF transfer train departing the SKOL yard and heading back to Tulsa to finish up for the day.